Hello everyone, Papercut here with another casted game. So my usual fare is to do, silver, gold, plat, diamond level games, but I was scrolling through the Observe, saw Demu playing against an Order of the Dragon player, and I couldn't resist. I'm kind of on an Order of the Dragon kick myself, and so seeing someone high conk 3 like 100 here, I couldn't resist seeing him play against Demu, who is of course top 10 player of the game. So it's gonna be a little bit different. We're watching some top players. So instead of me commenting on what the players should be doing differently, I'll probably just be learning things from these players. But we're on Hill and Dale. On the right here in purple, we got Liquid Demu on English. On the other side of the map, color red, Order of the Dragon. I'm just gonna call him 100. Order of the Dragon. So I'm on an Order of the Dragon kick recently because, I don't know, I feel like they are a difficult civ to play, but also quite rewarding when it works. They play really uniquely compared to a lot of other civs. And so I've been trying to learn them and make them work. And so it's really exciting when I get to see people at a top level play civ like Order of the Dragon. So one thing that if you're an Order of the Dragon player that he did is go on the deer early. Now, on Hill and Dale, as almost any civ, you just want to go on the deer early, try to shoot them so they don't spread out this much. You notice the Order of the Dragon player actually did get survival techniques. Demu didn't, but Order of the Dragon player did, which will boost the gather rate of the food, of the hunted food. And look at these Order of the Dragon villagers. They carry, I think, 35 per drop off when they're gathering from deer, which is a crazy amount of food. So he has 5 on the deer. Actually, we can just tune the numbers. 5 on deer, 2 on sheep, 3 on gold. I'm interested what the strategy is going to be here. And he's already going for a second TC. Makes sense. Because I was going to say, if English tries to rush Order of the Dragon, it's actually great for Order of the Dragon. Order of the Dragon's eco is okay. Well, pretty good early on, actually. Their units are buff, so they can, one Order of the Dragon Guild Horseman could easily take out multiple Longbows. And so Demu's best option here is to 2TC, fast castle, and take this game a little long. In fact, being able to then get crossbows and his own knights is pretty important to his ability to win. On the other hand, 100, as the Order of the Dragon player, has a few options. I think he could go all in against a 2TC fast castle, but with how the map is set up with Hill and Dale, it's far away. It's easily wallable. Demu has a good amount of sheep, and he hasn't used any yet. He's just been using deer. That makes that prospect a little more difficult. And so what we're seeing is, it looks like our Order of the Dragon player is going to rush castle. Now, how do I know he's going to rush castle? He's aging up with 1 villager. Now, as Order of the Dragon, you can age up with 1 villager and still have an okay age up timing. But generally, you age up with 1 villager if your goal is to fast castle, because you want all of your other villagers gathering resources. You don't care about hitting feudal. What's feudal going to get you? You're not going to do anything in feudal. You want to get to castle as fast as possible. So I need a drink there. So in that case, you want them on food and gold and wood. Demu's also aging up with just 2 on the Abbey, because his goal is just to get a second TC as fast as possible. And then he's probably just going to use the king to harass and age up himself. I wouldn't be surprised if he puts the TC nice, like right here, protecting the deer, gold, and berries. And if 100 tried to push that, it would be really difficult to beat, actually. It would be very difficult to punch through this base of Demu with that second TC up. And the timing is really difficult. So I view, for Order of the Dragon, the fast castle is the easier option. Fast castle, get the relics, then you can either rush Swabia and catch up on eco that way, or you could even duke it out in castle, get a second TC with the relics, and go from there. But let me tell you, thinking about knowing this game, good chance this game goes a little bit far. Look at the gold setup here. One thing when you're scouting is, in case the game goes long, you gotta want to ask yourself, where are the resources located? Where do I need to cover? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big golds all in one corner. 1 big gold in the center, 2 big golds on the left. So if 100 can just lock down this area, he has the most gold on the map. And he can just out gold Demu. It's things like that that really do matter. Even has a big stone right here. That's a crazy spawn. Absolutely crazy. So Demu ages up, getting the king out, sending it right over to 100 side. Second TC has been gathered. Really strong macro from him, and he's leaving it on the trees. And this signals aggression. Let's talk about why. If you put the TC on gold, that suggests that you want to rush castle because you're trying to protect your gold in case it's being attacked. Instead, he put it on the trees, which means he's going to be immediately gathering wood, which suggests he then wants to go into production. He wants to go into units and attack. So maybe he wants to do a 2 TC all in. 100 has already dropped the tower. Gonna get that upgrade for the tower. Is getting close to aging up. Now, I don't think Demu will actually try to attack. That's an interesting prospect. If he does, there is a timing for him that if 100 ages up and goes straight into lots of prelates and just a couple units, he could be easily overwhelmed by the feudal units of Demu. It's a possibility. I'm going to apologize right now. I am feeling a little sick, so I'm a little congested and things like that. I'm going to try to pause at times to gather my snot. I'm going to try to make sure it's not audible. I think Demu's actually rushing castle. He is sending vills to gold. Ooh, Burgrave drop. All right, so this was unexpected, honestly. I thought 100 was going to do a typical Regnitz play and just get relics and do the kind of the eco off. Instead, he's going to go straight into units. He wants to pressure Demu immediately. And if Demu sees this, he's just going to rush castle super hard. And if he can get up the white tower, he'll be okay. Another thing he could do is just start making lots of units now. But there's no production building. This is a fast castles here from Demu. Has he read the Burgrave? Does he see it? Because he doesn't see it, it'll be quite a surprise. Does he know? Meme? You see right here, he's guarding the relic. He's sitting right here so that if the prelate comes out this way, he gets him, nabs him right there. Now he's trying to see what the age up was. First men at arms already leaving. He's getting immediately arrow defense. This is very classic fast castle into Burgrave behavior. You want your units to be able to just live under TC fire. How do you do that? You get arrow defense. If you get the second arrow defense, you're golden, because then your men at arms will be sitting at, I think, 5 to 6 arrow defense with fully upgraded with 2 arrow defense, which is crazy. That means they're only taking 2 damage a pop from a TC. So then just live under the TC. He's at 5 right now. Second arrow defense would put him at 6, which is super tanky. Super duper tanky. There's no better feeling as Order of the Dragon than just having like 5 gilded men at arms in your enemy's base and they can't do anything because they don't die. Their villagers running around. Demu has no units. First men at arms is coming here, and Demu is going to get the resources to get the white tower. What's interesting is that 100 is using the Burgrave as a way to get relics. So instead of going Regnitz, he's using the Burgrave as a way to get relics and then using just a monastery to make prelates. So he's keeping the pressure on. And that's kind of the thing about Order of the Dragon. There's this feeling of you want to keep the pressure on. You want to... Oh, he's running right to where Demu wants to set up that white tower. He's going to set it up. And he's just going to rush it up. I don't think Demu's going to lose a single villager because he can just run them away. Oh, second man at arms is getting here. He's going to damage a lot of villagers, but I don't think he's going to kill any. Yeah, I would say just go to the gold. Look at this. I was just doing 1 damage a pop. TC's doing 3 damage a pop. Barely that. Still just chasing the villagers around. At this point, Demu's like, whatever, I'm just going to get the white tower up. My villager's going to take some punches. Whoa. Oh, for the scout. Okay. And now we're at this interesting point. 100's got 2 relics. 6 men at arms, 2 more in queue. Demu is clearly in now in castle. Plenty of food. He did no farms. That's the funny part, right? Like, if Demu had invested in farms, I think 100 had a chance to shut down that fast castle because he would have been close enough to the castle to age up. Demu, on the other hand, 7 men at arms is nothing to sniff at. Nothing to sniff at. And let's look at the counters already seen. Demu's going to go purely into knights as a way to immediately counter these men at arms, which works. Men at arms are pretty tanky. Here comes the king to try to snipe this prelate. Actually, this would be a good picture. Oh no! Bop. No, the men at arms! Circle him! Circle him! Oh! Great snipe by Demu. Great snipe by Demu. That's what you want to see. Now 100 is sending in spears, and he's starting to make cavalry, which is smart because Demu's going to make knights, and he's going to try to use knights to just control the map. One thing you see a lot from high level play is their use of cavalry is what's the best way to put it? Suffocating. It's just suffocating. Like, they will use cavalry to be able to make you feel like they have more numbers than they do. And so Demu's going to try to really use these knights to keep 100 on his toes, but 100's now just massing spears. You got a Gilded Knight on the field, and even with the White Tower, he's building up quite the force. 7 men at arms, 7 spearmen, 1 Gilded Knight. He still hasn't gotten the Wedge Rivets, which he really needs to get, but he does have Wheelbarrow. And now Demu's coming over here to try to stop the rest of the relics being grabbed. He's going to stop this one. That's the second prelate that's been sniped. All the spearmen are running over here to try to stop the knights. Gilded Knights in. This is a thick boy. Oh my goodness. But it truly looks like 100 is going to get all of the relics by doing this Burgrave play. Which honestly, I think the Burgrave play was interesting. I think there's a chance that if he doesn't do Burgrave, he just gets overwhelmed. But the Burgrave allows him to keep units on the field to defend these relics and actually get them. He also went a second scout. So what's going on? Demu just starting out his first farms. Let me tell you guys, the thing about Order of the Dragon, their counters hit harder, but they get countered harder. You know what I mean? Because you have so fewer units that if you're getting countered, it really is felt. But if you are countering, boy, do you just slice through units. So this Veteran Gilded Spearman, plus 46 against Cavalry. That's crazy. Plus 46 against Cavalry. And then 15 spear damage. That's so much damage. So every Gilded Spearman is going to do about 61 damage a poke. With the Knight only having 4 physical armor, that's 57 damage a poke. That's crazy. That's honestly crazy. He's going to need more monasteries. Or just start building the day up. He's getting the towers up. This is a key thing for Order of the Dragon players or HRE players. You get the relics, you make towers, you get 4 villagers on stone, and you just get upgrades, upgrades, upgrades. And that's your defense. So many units. Once again, counters, counter harder. So if Demu can just get a bunch of longbows, they will slaughter these veteran spearmen. But these Gilded Men at Arms will eat a lot of longbow shots. See what the damage of these longbows are. Longbows do 9 damage a pop, plus 8 and slight melee infantry. But just 9, they're only doing 4 damage a shot to Gilded Men at Arms. Tanky, tanky, tanky. Another thing that 100's doing a great job as Order of the Dragon is he's building a mass and not losing them. Because this is quite a little death ball here. If Demu was any other Civ, this would be very dangerous. But the White Tower just gives him the extra level of defensibility that's really important here. He's getting the arrow attack upgrade. Demu knows that ranged mass is going to be the thing that wins him this game. That if 100 dives into his base, it's the ranged mass that's going to win him the defense. Oh, don't lose the Gilded Knight. That's like 500 resources. Okay, good. So now what 100 needs to do is get these relics in and then get the monks with his units healing and upgrading them. Oh, immediately goes second TC. So this is a good tell. Because one thing that 100 could have done here is that he could have gone Swabia, and that's how he gets back in the game. But that's a huge eco investment. He could get over 1. So instead what he's going to do is he's just going to match second TC, maybe even add a third TC. Like, legitimately might add a third TC. Because with 5 relics, that's like 12 villagers worth of eco potentially. Like, it's a lot. So he's caught back up just via the relics. And now he just needs to get, you know, more villagers. But look at Demu. Demu's doing a great job using just cavalry to keep the 100 in his base while I built up this range mass at home. Range mass at home just getting slowly built up while these knights are just being annoying. Annoying. And with his speed, he's just gonna run around the map now. He's just gonna run around inside here, poke vills. 100's gonna try to, if 100 could wall him off, he gets this wall up over here, then the knights die. Oh my gosh, this is just so annoying. And this is such a good delay tactic too. Like, your main goal of cavalry, honestly, like, picking vills is great and all, and he's killed 5, which is honestly massive. But really the big thing you want to do here is just delay. Make it so your opponent can't push across the map. Make it so that you can be at home doing the things you want to do, which is build up this huge range mass. As you can see, the numbers are getting close up here. Order the Dragon units are counted as 2, which is kind of silly because they're not actually double the unit. Oh my god, keep chasing! I hate when my units do this. The knights get a little bit far away and they're like, well, I guess they're gone. Did my job. The amount of times I've lost villagers to that bullshit. Excuse my French, but where your units are chasing knights and they get just outside of vision, and they're like, well, okay, bye. And then you just lose a bunch of villagers. Demu's also using this distraction to get a keep down between these 2 big golds, securing him 16,000 gold. Not bad. But as I said, the 100 has a lot of gold over here if he can get that secured with the keep. Also on this boar too, which is huge for the food he needs for 2 TC. Demu has twice the villagers, which is like a third more of the villagers for Order of the Dragon. Getting the farms down, things are now looking very good for Demu. Even though he's 5 relics down, things are looking very good for Demu. He has no melee units. He's going pure ranged, while the 100 is pure melee, which in this current meta is very good for Demu. This pure range movement is gonna, I think, is this really hard to break if you don't have cavalry and you don't have any siege. So the 100 is responding by adding stable. And you know what? With this comp that he's running, I would honestly love just horsemen. Lots and lots of horsemen would be great here. So I think what's interesting down here is Demu is hard mining gold. He doesn't actually need this much gold. He has 24 on gold. I think he's trying to rush Imp. I think Demu, he has his farms up under White Tower. He has enough ranged units to defend if 100 pushes. He's just trying to go Imp. Which isn't a bad idea, honestly. We'll see if that's what he does. There's also the possibility that he's just afraid he can't hold this gold, and so he's trying to get as much gold as possible. If 100 pushes him off this gold, Demu has no gold. Is he gonna get any siege? Or is he gonna push just pure units? Okay, just going in pure units. I love this. I gotta get a picture of this. Order of the Dragon units don't need siege. They're just gonna attack and keep straight up. They don't care. Honey gilded... Honey Order of the Dragon don't care. Man, I'm old. The Honey Badger reference. And it's gonna work. This is I think this is a great showcase of if you have enough Order of the Dragon units, they will burn a keep down. Who needs siege? Who needs siege when you have Order of the Dragon? That might be the title. Demu's out and he is off gold now. Wow. But here comes 53 longbows, 13 crossbows, and he's gonna try to throw up this tower real fast, get the attack speed, and look at that. Demu can't attack in, and not Demu, 100 can't attack into this. He really can't. And now he's switching into horsemen, but he needs a lot of horsemen, and that is so many ranged units. With that amount of range, I think you just do mangonels. If the 100 goes into pure mangonels, he could, you know, here's the thing with the change to mangonels, he needs 3. You need 3 to 4, because you walk in with 1 or 2, they will get sniped before you can shoot. So you need 3 to 4, so they eat 1 shot, and then they get off a volley that does pretty good damage. This is crazy. So now we're moving into this game might go long mode for these players. How do we know that? Both of them are trying to get a lot of stone. Well, not 100, but Demu is getting a lot of stone. He's walled up the stone wall on one side to prevent raids. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a stone wall coming to the center here, and then a stone wall right here in front of the gold. So securing space. That's a key thing about late castle into Imp. More horsemen than he anticipated. These are veteran guild horsemen. And runs away before the longbows. Another thing you're going to see from top level play, they will avoid a fight if they don't think they can win it. They will avoid, avoid, avoid. Because your units are valuable. Especially Order of the Dragon, your units are very valuable. They're expensive. So if you see a group of units that you can't beat, you're going to back up. And now we actually see a flip of the unit type. Where before, Demu was pure knights to be very agile, to be very offensive and attacking, and to keep 100 in his base. Now the 100 is switching into cavalry, and Demu is just pure range, because he just wants to be very defensive. Now he wants to be defensive, he wants to get to imp, look at the food, look at the gold. He's trying to get to imp, he's getting his farms up, he's getting his farming upgrade up. And honestly, I don't know how you break this as Order of the Dragon. Once the full imp defenses get in, it just feels too much. The attack speed bonuses, the imp upgrades, it just feels like a lot. And this is not enough horsemen to beat 61 longbows. And this is, I think, going to be the meta, in a way. Which is just a lot of range. A lot of range. That's the way I think, especially for these civs that have good range, like English, you just do pure range. Horsemen coming in to raid, and nope, stone walls are up, buddy. Pool's closed. Pool's closed. The villagers just get to stand here and look over the gold and say, ha 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 ha. Towers up. Smart move by Demu. The amount of times I work with English players and they don't get towers up and fight under towers is very painful. Look at these horsemen. They're doing okay, but 58. Oh, he's closing the gap. Is there any way for him to run? Demu's getting pushed back into a corner here. Does Demu realize he's getting pushed into a corner? Even then, he's going to win, but he's going to take more loss than he needs to. If enough of these Gilded Legends get in there, that's going to be some nice group damage. Gilded Men at Arms are in there tanking. Horsemen are only one horseman left. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. This was a great fight to take from the 100, honestly. Because the 100 needed to work down this range mass from Demu. They needed to work down this range mass. But even then, he loses the engagement because it's just too much ranged. Here's more horsemen, and Demu drops the Berkshire in the center of the map, protecting the entrance to his base and another big gold. So now he has secured 1, 2, 3 big golds. He's very defensive. 100 is purposely guarding this big stone near Demu's base of a tower. And he's going to try to drop a keep to cut off this gold, but he doesn't have the units to defend it, I don't think. If Demu sees this, I think he can just stop the keep from going up. 100 has secured these golds with some towers, but still hasn't gotten a keep or anything down here. But the 5 relics, help the gold count a lot. It looks like, right now, 100 is on 2 on gold. Because he has 5 relics, he's getting 600 gold a minute. That's pretty wild. Pretty wild. In fact, he has so much gold, he's doing pure Lanchniks. Which you might go, hey, Lanchits, they lose to longbows. Well, they do, but if you get enough of them, and if they can get close enough to do some swings, they will just murder groups of longbows. Their AOE damage is so high, 23 plus. I'm guessing he has Zornhau, which does even more damage. So he's just trying to make enough Lanchniks to get to the units he's fighting. He's only dropping a keep with 5 villagers. Oh, he's pulling more villagers. He has to throw his army away to get this keep up. He has to. But he also needs to age up. He really needs to age up. He can't. Demu already has elite longbows, and they're just slicing through these units. Goodness gracious. All Demu has to do is make 1 bombard out of the Berkshire. Just 1 bombard out of the Berkshire, sir. You get 1 bombard, and he's sticking to the pure ranged. And honestly, why not? What Demu's going to do is he's just going to keep dropping towers. He's going to keep getting his attack speed bonus all over the map. And he's just going to slice through the 100's units. And here's the thing. The 100 could go pure range himself. His gilded archers have extra range defense. This scout's just being annoying, which could work. But is it enough? I don't know. And this keep's not going to be long for this world. He did delay the golds, but not permanently. And Demu's going to go try to check the golds up here. He has no villagers up there, so it's fine. Demu does have the gold upgrade, so now he's getting gold from his farms as well. But keep in mind, with 2 villagers on gold and 5 relics, he has 800 gold a minute with 1 sacred site. While Demu has to have 25 villagers on gold and farms to get 1,500 a minute. That's just crazy. He's going 3rd TC, and then the L's back. Oh, this L's back placement is massive. And once again, he's going to throw his army away to get this L's back up. He needs to pull more villagers. 28 to get the L's back. That's nice. So nice 3 TC. This L's back is going to... Ooh! So that sound you heard was the arrow volley, which is the imp upgrade for the longbows. Reduce the longbow time to attack by 1 second for a duration of 6 seconds. That's crazy. They attack super fast. He's gonna get the swap. He's gonna get the L's back up, which defends his base. It's really important. He's gonna lose some villagers in the process, but he's 3 TC, so you know, whatever. He's getting his own farms up. He's putting a relic in that L's back, and that L's back's gonna be really hard to beat. And we're in for a grind fest, folks. This is probably gonna be a long game now. They both have their defenses up. They are both saddled in an imp. Demu's doing the pure archer strategy. Pure longbow, honestly. He's going to do pure longbow. And trust the attack speed with the arrow volley. See, as I said, towers everywhere. The attack speed is crazy. He's got full upgrades for his longbows. Where's his university? Yeah, he got silk strings and arrow and burning arrow. So right now his attack range is 9 tiles. Look at this. He shot the villager from here. So here's the thing that I don't know how Order of the Dragon's going to combat this. And this is why it feels like for Order of the Dragon, you have to win the game kind of early. Because it gets to this point, what do you do? What do you have? Are you going to make horsemen? Well, they're going to die running in. Are you going to make mangonels? The mangonels will literally get shot and killed before they can get close enough to these longbows who have 9 range. Are you going to make your own archers? Yes, they're okay. Like, they take extra damage, but you just can't mass them. You can't mass enough of them. And with the incendiary arrow, Demu can now just burn buildings down with longbows. This is crazy. English imp, man. English imp is something else. This feels awful. 400. What does he do? These longbows are gonna run in and just kill villagers. Oh, and here's the thing: Demu's eco is so good, he can just throw all these archers away. He can throw all these longbows away. It literally does not matter. And these are, I'm pretty sure these are not cannon placements. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? It's so broken. Oh my god. Demu doesn't, like, honestly, Demu does not care. He's gonna make his trebuchets and treb this L's back down. He's going to just keep making longbows, which are super cheap. Super cheap. 40, 50, 90 resources altogether. And he's just gonna vibe. I was like, the hundreds way of getting back into this. He's going to do elite gilded horsemen, which do tank 8 arrow shots. So he's only doing 1 damage a pop to these elite gilded horsemen. That's nice. That's really nice. But is it enough? He needs a lot of horsemen. He needs more production, honestly. He has 5 stables. He's gonna make a few men at arms to tank, but he's not even upgrading them. He's just making them as shot fodder. And now he's getting the biology upgrade. Oh, he's got him in a corner. He sees him stuck in a corner. Oh, he's gonna put it the phalanx. Longbows are so broken. Now this is a shot. This is a shot. Oh my god. This is like some movie stuff right here. Oh my god. These longbows violently defending in the corner. Hold to the last! Hold to the last for king and country! Absolutely brutal. Very nice. So biology gets upgraded and the horsemen are now 468 health. 468 health. That's a lot of health. The thing is, if Demu just starts adding in a few spears, oh, he's gonna snipe these trebuchets, no problem. That's the thing about the L's back. The L's back is so tanky. Demu had like 6 trebuchets teeing off on it, and it was still standing. That's crazy. Yo, these horsemen are no joke. Oh my god. Are we about to see the reign of the OTD horseman? Oh, if he just goes south, all these villagers are wide open. All these villagers are wide open. He really wants that treb. What is the one resource Demu's kind of struggling with? Now these cannon towers, yoy. Just, I don't know, running under the Berkshire kind of feels like not your best bet. Like, 100 did a great surround there, and I think he needed to run out and just start harassing everywhere he could. He's trying to burn down this outpost. So here's the thing, guys. So, if you don't know, they changed the university tax, some of them. Elite army taxes no longer gives you bonus health on infantry. You no longer get the bonus health, which is tough because then that makes it so ranged feel even better. But also some infantry were just straight broken with how much health they had. Japanese samurai, English men at arms, so I get it. But biology for cavalry still provides extra health. So now it feels like if you want to just have the tankiest unit you possibly can, horsemen, man. Horsemen, knights if you can afford them, but knights are super expensive. Farming eco still set up in the back. Gain one on the left side. 5 relics still. Don't forget that 5 relics. He's using these horsemen to burn down the outpost, but man, I really think he needed to, once he killed that mass, he just needed to drop a siege workshop. He'd say here, he needs 2 culverins and use the culverins to knock down these outposts while your horsemen keep the numbers whittled down, because what you can't allow him to do is build up this mass again, and now he's adding spears, and now the whole strategy for 100 feels moot. It feels like it's not going to work anymore. Because it felt like it worked when he was pure range, and now Demu's adding plenty of spears. And even if these aren't elite spears, these are veteran spears. He's getting elite right now. The counters counter hard. Horde of the Dragon. The counters counter hard. And these spearmen will do 23 extra damage against cavalry. And even with 468 health, that's a lot of damage. And the second this Elsbeth goes down, it's going down for he's going to try to repair it. 30 seconds left in emergency repairs, and this thing's not staying up. He needed to start repairing that way earlier. Is he gonna try to snipe with the horseman? It's down. It's down. He's taking the horseman to go raid? These cannon towers from Demu that just encircle his base are brutal. Look at this ring of towers. 1, they provide the attack speed, but 2, he can't leave the base without taking damage. Now the elite gilded knights are out. 598 health. Still just getting completely smashed. Still getting completely smashed. Demu doesn't even care about the gold on the right side, man. He's like, look, I know you have 5 relics. I know you don't really need gold. I'm just gonna push into your base. No range units still from 100. Pure melee. Now we got the elite gilded men at arms. 340 health. 9 arrow defense. And they're great. They're doing a lot of damage, but they're so slow. They're so slow. Does he have the university tech upgrade for them? He doesn't. So they could have more damage. Melee armor is not the issue for them. I think he might need to go into siege works and get mangonel. Oh, he got the mangonel upgrade. He got the mangonel upgrade. Now he's making mangonels. He really needs the siege tech to make them tankier. That's a lot of spears. Mangonels did okay against the spears, actually? What? These spears are brutal. Because he really does need to go cav, but these spears are just eating up the cav right now. Mangonel's coming in. He has 2 mangonels shooting right now. They're doing nothing against the spears. He needs them on the ranged. Home on the range. The trebs are targeting the mangonels. The trebs just killed the mangonels. What? Do trebs counter mangonels? My column. My column. And honestly, folks, this feels like the end for 100. He put up a valiant fight against him. A valiant fight. He really, really did. But this ranged mass for English just feels nigh impossible to break. Under the attack speed with the towers, Demu just suffocated him. He didn't raid at all. This is just pure, my eco, my units are better than your eco, your units. I'm just going to bully you, and that's game. I hope you enjoyed that cast. Hope you learned something. Watch some high-level play from both this OTD player and from Demu. Check out the rest of my content, and good luck on your games. GG's.